Adrenal glands help to regulate several bodily functions by releasing hormones including cortisol, aldosterone and adrenaline. The adrenal glands naturally release these hormones in a 24-hour cycle. The largest amount is secreted in the morning as your body gets up and moving for the day, with the secretions reducing as the day moves on. By the end of the night, only a small amount is being released so that your body can wind down and get ready for sleep. Adrenal fatigue is when the adrenals are not producing enough of the required hormones to get through the day and function normally. When you're in a stressful situation, your body will release higher amounts of cortisol, aldosterone and adrenaline to help the body respond quickly to the event. Once the issue has been dealt with and things calm down, the hormones being released will go back to normal levels. However, when you're constantly in a high-stress environment, the body ends up giving lots of extra hormone hits, so that you can keep powering on through each day. Over time, your adrenal glands are unable to keep up with the demands of the continual fight or flight response, and begin to slow down the hormone production. In other words, they've been going too hard for too long, and need time out to recover. General symptoms associated with adrenal fatigue include exhaustion, afternoon energy crash, depression, anxiety, insomnia, weakened immune system, getting sick easily and taking longer to recover, lightheadedness when standing up, low blood pressure, low blood glucose, brain fog, lack of concentration, sweet or salt cravings, weight gain or loss, always feeling cold, autoimmune disorders, digestive issues, hormone imbalances, body aches, joint pain, irregular menstrual periods, and reduced libido. When you were being abused by the narcissist, you were living on constant eggshells. They programmed you through intermittent reinforcement to never know what was coming. They punished you for doing things wrong, or not giving them whatever they wanted at that exact moment. Then, they doled out breadcrumbs of attention at random times to keep you on your toes. They gaslighted you into such confusion that you lost your sense of reality. You ended up with so much self-doubt that you couldn't even order a takeaway meal without the fear of getting it wrong. The whole point of their abuse was to keep you in a perpetual state of anxiety, always wanting to please them to avoid their punishments. That was how they were so easily able to control and manipulate you. They primed you to become chemically dependent on them, which created the trauma bond. Every time the narcissist punished you, your body went into a state of high stress, releasing a hit of cortisol and adrenaline for you to cope. You stayed in that extreme state of anxiety until the moment the narcissist dished out their reward. For them to really get off on their own power, they made sure the rewards were delivered randomly so that you never knew when or how they would come. Over time, the rewards got dismally less and less. At first, the reward may have been flowers or lots of affection. But, as time wore on, that reward became nothing more than acknowledging your existence as a human being again. Your body becomes addicted to the highs and lows of the chemicals being released. Essentially, your body learned that the narcissist was the only one who could deliver relief from the constant state of anxiety that you found yourself in. Even though they were the very person to have caused the anxiety in the first place, their abuse meant that they were the only ones who could relieve you from your pain, by issuing out a reward just so that you could feel okay again. Your nervous system ends up completely fried. Most narcissistic abuse victims are living with adrenal fatigue without even being aware of it. The regular boosts of cortisol and adrenaline from still being in a high-stress situation mask the underlying fatigue. But once you're able to get yourself out, your body is finally able to slow down and relax, in a way that it never could while in the narcissistically abusive relationship. When you can get to a point where you're free from the narcissist, and you don't need to be living on high alert anymore, that's when adrenal fatigue can really set in. Your body has been living in fight, flight or freeze for so long that your adrenal system is totally spent. Now, self-care and rest are not even optional, they are absolutely essential to your recovery from adrenal fatigue.